Okay, guys, we are live. It's 3:30. It's Sunday. All eyes on Wembley, of course, tonight at 8 o'clock. England, Italy in the Euros 2020 final, even though it's 21, you know what I mean. But I'm looking forward to the game. As a neutral, I'm just looking forward to the game. May the best team win. I have a funny feeling England are going to win. Home advantage and all that. I think England will win it, to be fair. They've done well up to now, but I really do think England have a really, really good chance of winning it. Well, probably the best chance, of course, since '96. 66, but last time during the semi was 96, got knocked out. So they've one step forward, get into the final. Italy, a good side, a dangerous side, an aging side, especially in defence. A last chance for a few of those guys at Italy, probably half the team to get into a major tournament, so they'll want to win it. But it's going to be an interesting game. It really is. It's going to be interesting, and I think it could go all the way to penalties. I really do. I think it's going to be a tight game, a 1-1, and probably go all the way to penalties, extra time and penalties. Wow, the nerves, the tension is going to be unbelievable. But as I say, it's going to be brilliant. It's going to be a great game. As a neutral watching it, I just want the best team to win. Whoever plays well on the night, who takes their chances, wins the game. And I hope there's no regrets, and I hope there's no VAR decisions or controversial decisions are sending off that ruined the game and this spectacle for everybody, because everybody just wants a good game, don't they? Everybody just wants a good game. Obviously, England fan wants England to win. Italy fans want Italy to win, but that's just the way it is. Fancy England to win on penalty, says John Moore. How are you, John? Hopefully you are well. Yeah, I'm pushing towards England being at home at Wembley and the crowd and stuff like that. Has to count. The 12th man, it counts. We know all about it at Anfield. It absolutely does count. Will it be one of the 90? It's just so nervy. It's got to be so nervous. I mean, the pressure's on England, really, because they haven't won anything in so long. Haven't even been in a final since '66. So Italy have been there, won World Cups and stuff since. So there's not as much pressure on Italy tonight. But the pressure will be on England. And it's how they handle the pressure. I think that's the mainstay for me. It's how England handle the pressure tonight. But he's got a good group of young players, a predominantly young side. I mean, and for me, I think it's the bench. I think the bench wins this game, and England have the stronger bench. The likes of Henderson, of course, to come on, Grealish, these type players, young Jude Bellingham. So that's what I would think. That's how I think England. Slight favourites for me. Maybe 55, 45%, something like that. Slight favourites England, being at home and stuff. Younger, hungrier, you could say hungrier. But this Italy side won't be easy. This Italy side will not be, and they won't hand it over. You'll have to win it. You'll have to turn up, play, take your chances to win this. It's a final. It's huge. I mean, only the World Cup is bigger than this. It's the Euros, so there's only the World Cup. Forza Italia, Seamus Moore. We know who you're up for tonight, Seamus. You ain't sitting on the fence, baby. But I just think, I don't know. I think Italy could suit England. I mean, if Spain would have beat Italy, and you could say Spain were probably the better team, but Italy went through that wily Italian tactics and, a bit of nastiness as well sometimes. They always seem to just get through. They're unbeaten in 33 games in international football, something like that. So will it end tonight? I just think this could go all the way. Penalties, extra time penalties. I really do. No one will want to make a mistake and be remembered for the mistake that cost them in such a big, big final. Absolutely nobody. So it's going to be interesting. It really is on a lot of fronts. Italy having the experience, I think that will get them over the line. To Seamus Moore. Experience can only count for so much. I mean, Italy have the experience. Yes, absolutely. There's not as much pressure on Italy, I'd have to say. But I just think England, the hunger, they're young. They've got the youth on their side. They've got a really good bench. They've got a better bench than Italy, so they can make those changes, and especially with the 5 sub rule and stuff like that. And being at home at Wembley, and the stars aligning, I just think I can't see past England. I really can't. As a neutral, now it has to be said, I'm not either up for England or up for Italy. I'm just a neutral, sitting on the fence. But I just think England. What a chance. What a chance tonight, guys. Doug from Dugout Football Channel. I hope for the Italian win tonight, says Doug. Doug, you can pop on if you want. Give me a thumbs up and I'll send you a link. No problem. Hoping for an Italian win, says the Scotch. Pure Scottish man saying he hopes Italy to beat England. Yeah, well, hope is one thing. Whether they can do it on the pitch is another. I mean, I just think it's going to go all the way. It's going to be penalties. It's going to be it's going to be a whole shebang. It's going to go the whole way. Penalties, I think, are just going to be so tight. It's got to be so tight. I just can't see it being any other. I can't see any team walking away with it. An early goal, maybe. The likes of Italy or England getting an early goal doesn't really matter. The nerves will have a big say on this. But the thing I've noticed with this England team, don't seem to suffer from nerves. They really don't. They're cool, calm, and collected. I've been impressed by Gareth Southgate, with or without his waistcoat, of course. But he's been impressive. So I just think the stars have aligned for England. I really do. Be really good if they could win it for the NHS, all the hard work they've done throughout the COVID, says John. The problem with England is, of course, they've got a small, but notable band of fans that aren't likeable. And I think that's what turns a lot of people off England. The team themselves are grand, the manager's grand, they've been saying all the right things, but it's that little 5% or 2 or 3% of lunatics that follow them that turns a lot of people off them. And I think that's the way it is, unfortunately. And it won't change for this final, but maybe in the future it will. But I just think, as a neutral, as I said before, I just think England have an absolutely great chance. 1-0 either way or penalty, says Seamus Moore. Yeah, I don't know. I just think England's, as I said, it's just everything just seems to be falling. And one more step to go, obviously, the final. They've got the bench. They're young. They're hungry. Southgate has done well. Everything's done well up to now, but you have to get over that hurdle. This is the big one. And I just think the pressure could get to them. That's the only downfall I can see England, the pressure getting to them, because it's been so long since they've won any major trophy. Of course, in 1966, we keep saying it. But all the songs, the Atomic Kitten song, Sweet Caroline, all these songs, it just piles pressure on them. But I think this group, this group he has should be okay. And there's another one, John Moore's point now. The only way I don't see them is with little arms. Jordan Pickford. He's been actually brilliant, to be fair. Up until the last game, he'd made a few mistakes, and you do not want to be a keeper who makes a mistake. I mean, you'll be remembered forever. Making a mistake in a final that you lose. Oh, wow. He is the weak. He could be a weak link, because if a keeper makes a mistake, I mean, look at Ederson last night. Came off his line. Di Maria lobbed him. Argentina beat Brazil 1-0 last night. That was their first win in 20 plus years as well. So there's another sign. Argentina hadn't won the Copa America since the 90s. I think it was 96 or 98 or something like that. And all of a sudden, Messi wins his first major trophy with his country. And I was delighted for Messi, of course. But Liverpool's three players, Bobby, Alisson and Fabinho. Fabinho and Alisson didn't play. Ederson played. And Bobby came on second half. But that was a mistake by Brazil, and them losing 1-0 to Argentina. So, I mean, anything can happen. S. Wilson, 29. Hi, mate. How are you, bro? Hopefully you're well. Obviously a big England fan. Are you a big England fan? Are you an Italy fan? Name like Wilson, probably be an England fan. But who do you want to win tonight, guys? I think it's going to go all the way to penalties. Probably a 1-1, something like that. All the way, extra time, penalties. And it's a toss of a coin. It's a toss of a coin who wins after that. Italy have to go for it. The first, because England will start nervously. I don't know. I mean, it's a huge game. It's huge. As I say, only the World Cup's bigger. The World Cup final is only the bigger game ahead of this game. Euros, I just think the home advantage is huge for England. I really do. I just think it's huge. Absolutely huge. I mean, you're going to play a final. You want it at home in front of your 60,000+. Most of them will be English, screaming and shouting. And I seen the atmosphere of Sky Sports News earlier. The atmosphere was building since probably 11 o'clock this morning. So I just think if the pressure doesn't get to England, the outside pressures of not winning anything in a long, long time, I think they could do it. I really do. I think the stars have aligned for them. But it could go all the way to penalties. Wow. Imagine taking the win a penalty. Imagine Henderson steps up, bang. I mean, obviously my eyes will be on Henderson. He's Liverpool's club captain. We'll be watching him. But it's just going to be a fascinating game, no matter what way you look at it. Italy, England tonight at Wembley. All eyes on Wembley. And it should get some viewership, to be fair. And I am looking forward to it. As a neutral, I just want a good game of football. I want a proper game, no controversies. As I say, no red cards, no VAR controversial decisions. You don't want it won on a controversial decision. You really don't. there'll be an asterisk beside it. You just want to win it outright with good football, playing the right way. Either team, Italy or England, doesn't matter who it is. And that's the way you want to win it. Hendo to score the winner, says John Moore. I think John is a Scot. Are you a Scot, John? Are you up for England or Italy? But as I say, I'm going to sit in the fence for this one. England and Italy. But, once whoever plays the best deserves to win. That's it. That's just the way it's going to be. That is the way it's going to be. Doug is going to come on now in a few minutes. Doug from the Doug Out Football Channel. We'll have a little chat from a Scot to see who Doug is following. I have a guess. I know who he's going to be looking forward to tonight between Liverpool. There's me Liverpool channel coming out. Oh, my God. Fellow Reds. Eamon Kelly in the house. How are you, Eamon? Hopefully you're well. Who are you rooting for tonight? Is it England? Is it Italy? Is it just football? John Moore, sorry. I always thought John Moore was a Scot. He's from Northern Ireland, Belfast, and lives in Glasgow. Okay, that's where I got it wrong. You're a Northern Ireland lad from Belfast living in Glasgow. Okay. Sorry for that, John. But who will you be rooting for? I just say, as I'm going to sit in the fence, it doesn't really bother me. I want a good game of football. I want a good game. But I just think it's going to go extra time penalties. I really, really do. And may the best team win. It's as simple as that. Doug is going to pop on for a few minutes. We'll get a few thoughts from Doug, a pure Scot. And let's see what he thinks of the Italians, of course, and the English team. I'd say Southgate, he won't mix it up much tonight. I can't see it. A lot of people saying he's going to start Grealish. I think he'd pretty much start what's got him to the final. He'll pretty much stay with what's got him to the final. Doug from the Dugout Football Channel is in the green room. We're going to get his views on the big match tonight. Doug, how are you?
Well, I'm good, Dave. How are you? I don't think I'll be saying that after 10 half 10 this evening, but we'll see.
Well, I'll tell you what. I mean, obviously I'm a neutral, being Irish, but I just think it's written in the stars for England. I really do. They're a young squad. They've the better bench, has to be said. A fit, young, hungry bench, and I think it could be won from the bench. I think it could go extra time and could even go penalties. But I just think being at Wembley, I think I can only see it going one way. Now, I could be wrong, but what do you think?
I think you're right. I think I said this on my preview, actually. I said that I think England have got more game changers than Italy have. I think Italy have the better midfield. But the problem you have is if they don't get an early goal, England will grow into the game. And it could go all the way tonight. It could go all the way tonight.
I think it will. But I wouldn't like to be the man taking the wrong penalty. It'd be ironic because Southgate, of course, missing that penalty in '96 against Germany in the semi, and he was remembered forever for that. But he can exonerate himself tonight. Now this will be the demons' exercise tonight, and he'll probably get a knighthood if they win that tonight. It's going to be Sir Gareth Southgate. Now I know, I'm not mad into knighthoods, but I think that's a guarantee.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. First manager to get into a final since Sir Alf Ramsey in 66. Yeah. You know what? I think a lot of people will be actually saying a big sorry to Gareth Southgate if he does go on and win it. And actually, I hate to admit it, but Raheem Sterling for me has been the player of the tournament. He's been absolutely fantastic. I don't care what many people have been saying. I know he's been probably England's player of the tournament as well, but he has kind of carried that England team.
Yeah, he has. There's one thing about this English team. They seem to be likeable, though. Not like other English teams going into tournaments. There was a real bulldog atmosphere. England and a superiority complex with some of their fans. I'm not saying all the fans. There's about a 5-10% of their fan base, which a lot of teams don't like them. Or a lot of countries don't like them. And it's not the team they don't like. It's the fan base, isn't it? I mean, it's something to do with the team. I actually like this team. You know what I mean? And there's not even many Liverpool players there. There's only Henderson. Imagine Henderson comes off the bench and scores the winner. I mean, something like that. But I mean, it's Southgate himself, as I just said. He seems to be a nice, likeable guy. Always says the right thing type of thing. So in that way, sitting on the bench, I'd like them to win it for him, basically, because of the crap he put up with since '96. If you're saying that, and of course there are next door neighbours, of course, but listen, Italy. We talk about chat about Italy. I think you have to look at some of the Italian teams, especially in defence. They'll never get a better. They'll never have another chance because they're not going to make even probably the World Cup. So they're probably saying to themselves today, "Listen, lads, it's do or die for us." You know what I mean?
I think that's absolutely right. And you look at Chiellini and Bonucci, they're mid-30s. So you're right. I don't think they're going to get a better chance to win it. I know people have been saying like weak links. I think their only weak link is that Di Lorenzo. I've not been impressed with him. I think he gave away a silly penalty against Belgium. Managed to give them Doku the chance to.
It was going nowhere. Going nowhere. And he gave away a penalty. I just think if it's Shaw and Sterling down that left, I just have a feeling that they'll have a good day of it down Di Lorenzo. I think because they're missing, I think it's Florenzi and I think it's Pellegrini.
Yeah. I think because obviously Pellegrini's injured, he would have probably been the starting right back. So I think Di Lorenzo being in there is because of Pellegrini's injury.
Yeah. Listen, I'm not writing them off, Italy. I'm just not writing the Italians off. Nobody is. It's a two-horse race. I mean, some people even had Italy as favourites earlier in the week. I just think home advantage, England are slight favourites. And they're younger, as I said, and have a better bench. They're the three reasons I'm putting England. But I'm not saying Italy can't do it. Yes, they can. Of course they can. The wily Italians, getting their free kicks, playing the ref, playing the fiddle. Those boys are just, they're unbeaten. What is it, 33 games in international football? So there you go, straight away. You know what I mean?
Aye, they're no mugs. And then you've got, obviously, England who have been, well, I would say Italy were probably the team of the group stage. Yeah. I would probably say now through the knockouts, probably England have been the better of the two teams. I think Italy have shown a bit of. I think there's been a few frailties in that Italian team
since the Spain game, hasn't it? It really showed up in the Spain game.
Aye, but then again, they did take better penalties than Spain because Spain in their last two penalty shootouts only scored, I think, 4 out of 12. So they haven't got a very good penalty shootout record, the Spanish, but Italy have a good penalty shootout record. So, but then again, you've got England who seem to be away from that, who do have penalty shootouts. So it's going to be a very interesting game, very fascinating game. Obviously, I'll be wanting Italy to win, but I just can't.
Look, the Anfield Lark has just put in a quote there. Are the Irishman and Scotsman supporting the three lines? Well, I just think you've heard it from Doug right there, baby. He's supporting the Italianos. And to be honest, I'm going to sit in the fence. I'm not going to support the Italians either. I just hope it's a good game and whoever plays the best and deserves to wins, and whoever wins, that's it. You know what I mean?
I've no bitterness there towards England. I think they deserve to be in the final. I think they've been fantastic, but the only way I support England tonight is because of a sweepstake. I've actually got England in a sweepstake. So if they win, I get £120.
Oh, well, then support them. The Mighty Reds television, Dan is in. Dan, I actually sent you a link if you want to pop in and give us your Italian support if you want. But Dan, I sent you the link. If you want to pop in, you can, but you're free to pop in. But Helen has something to say. Helen Rayball, how are you? 55 years since we last won anything. That's a heck of a lot of pressure for so many. That's exactly what I'm saying. I think the pressure hits tonight, Doug. I mean, has to have some pressure. You haven't won anything. You haven't. They haven't won anything in so long, like 66. You know what I mean? So,
yeah.
Wow. You know what I mean? I know this camp seemed relaxed. That's the one thing I would say about them. I seen Harry Kane chatting about, talking about, we're relaxed. And he just relaxed anyway, the way he comes across, isn't it? Harry Kane, just like it's his demeanour, the way, I don't know whether you know, but Harry Kane's grandparents are Irish. His granddad and grandma are Irish. Jack Grealish played for Ireland under 21s. Declan Rice was an Irish under 21. You know what I mean? Yeah. But then, because he can play up to 21s and then he can switch allegiance once you don't play senior. I think someone else was, and I'm forgetting who it was. There is a fourth person involved. But listen, I've nothing against England at all, really, to be honest. As I say, there's that little minority of fans that just get up everybody's back. We know who they are. There's about a 1 or 2%, but 95% are grand. But that 2 or 3%, I think, ruin it for everybody.
I think the other one you mentioned is Raheem Sterling. I think he's Jamaican.
Yes. He could have played for Jamaica. That's what you mean.
Could have played for Jamaica. But yeah, I mean, we had the Irishman and Scotsman supporting the three lads. Yeah. Only in the sweepstake, my friend. Only in the sweepstake.
Listen, as I said, I've nothing against England, obviously. Nothing against Italy either. But I just got to sit in the fence. And I said, I just want a good game. I want a really exciting game. Do you? That's what I want.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the one thing you can say about this Euros is that it's nice to have the fans back in, and also it's been a very, very good tournament. Wherever you've said, I think there's only been few poor games like 0-0s, etc. But apart from that, I think the tournament's been fantastic, and it has actually been a success.
Yeah. Robotic Jaguars. That's a great name, isn't it? I actually think he's. I think he's a United fan, by the way. Is he? Robotic Jaguar. That's some name, all right. I think he is. If I'm right, Anfield Lark. This is a sentiment I probably would share. Got to be honest, this England team have made me care about England again. They seem a good group of lads. See, that's what I said earlier on. You could throw obviously Southgate in there as being the manager, but that has a lot to do with it. But I still think that little 2-3% of lunatic fans, that fan base they have, just ruins it. Just ruins it. But it does make it better having a team that, I just, the gobshites, that's the problem, what you call them. They can borrow blue. What is Helen saying here? They can borrow blue shite bottles tonight. What? Oh, Helen's up for Italy anyway, is she? Yeah, Helen's up for Italy. Yeah.
That's interesting.
There we go. Hate the aggressive Hackett Burberry lot. They are embarrassing. Yeah. I know what he means. Yeah. It's sort of the fashion, isn't it? Burberry fashion type. Is it like shavs or something you call it? Or something like that? Yeah. Cascarino is more Irish than me, says Amy Kelly. Well, there you go, yeah. Cascarino obviously was born in London and obviously Italian descent, played for Ireland, so he doesn't know who to support tonight. But listen, I think the two teams that are in the final probably are the two best teams in the tournament. So that's one good thing to come out of it, isn't it? You don't always see it in a tournament,
Yeah, definitely. And you look at obviously last night as well. The two best countries in the Copa America clashed in the final as well. Should support England though. How many Italians are at LFC? Oh yeah, that's a very good point.
Well, it is, but we've only got bloody Henderson. I know Trent would have been probably there unless he had the injury, and probably will be there going forward. Obviously, Gomez will probably get back into the fold at some stage. I think football, international football, and like Premier League football, they're not the same. I mean, people don't understand that thing about over here in Ireland. Why? Ireland has a history with England. I'm sure Scotland know all about it. Scotland's got a history with Ireland and England. The whole of the British Isles, we have history going back 800 years plus at this stage. But there's a historical factors thrown in. It's not just football or I don't get into all that historical part of it, to be fair. I just think it goes nowhere. It goes nowhere. You know what I mean? If there was a few more Liverpool players playing tonight, like the likes of Trent playing, Henderson starting, maybe Gomez, one or two others, I think I'd have more of an interest in the England team winning, would you? I probably would.
Yeah, I would as well. Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying Henderson comes off the bench and scores the winner. You won't be happy for him. Yes, you will, of course. 2-1 Italy, Helen said. 2-1.
I fancy 1-1.
Yeah, extra time penalty.
1-1. And then extra time, and then I just think England will either win on extra time after extra time, I should say, or penalties.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what I think. Yeah. Eamon Kelly, did you watch the Copa America final last night? I didn't watch the final, but I seen the winning goal. Di Maria, Ederson made a mistake, came off his line, and was lobbed. But I was happy for Messi, to be fair. I know Liverpool have Fabinho, didn't play, didn't kick a ball, I don't think. Bobby came on at half-time, and Alisson didn't start. So I think my Alisson joke got to him into Twitter. That's why he didn't start. And he was wondering whether he should grow a moustache or not. So sad for those boys, but actually happy for Messi. I was happy for Messi. He had never won it, you know.
No, I think it's great. I think it's great that Argentina won it, but that's Brazil now had a bit of a. It's like a wee hoodoo over at the Maracanã. They've lost the last 4 games there, I think. Obviously, the big one was obviously them losing to Germany by 7-1. I think they lost in the 1950 World Cup, I think, to Uruguay. I think that was the final as well. They lost to there as well. So they seem to have a bit of a bad record there, and obviously they lost to Argentina last night.
Yeah, and as I say, I didn't really pay a huge amount of attention in it. I was more interested in Messi. I've seen a lot of the stuff today. It's just great for him. I didn't even know he'd never won it. I actually thought he'd won it at least once. I thought he'd won it once at least, but he'd never won it. It was in 3 finals or something, and they'd never won it. But here's a good thing from Helen, and I think this is probably the reason why England don't get as many fans, you know, that they probably should get. I don't give a toss about England. They're an embarrassment, shining laser, the Danish goalkeeper, Schmeichel, and diving. Yeah. We don't deserve to be in the final. I know the diving part of his diving. I don't. The shining a laser is just some idiot with a bleeding laser. I don't think you can blame 60,000 fans for one dope or even 2 dopes with lasers. But I'm not even on about that. I'm on about the lunatics in and outside the stadium before the game and after the game. You know, they have too many drinks on them, acting the fiddle. They're the ones I'm talking about.
That's the one thing you have to just worried about. I haven't actually seen it, Helen, so I can't really say if it's shocking management, but yeah, not playing Alisson, not playing Fabinho, not playing Firmino from the start will obviously benefit us. But what I have heard is that apparently Fabinho, Alisson and Firmino will not be back until I think the 8th of August. Yeah. So that could potentially say that they might miss the Norwich game.
I heard they're definitely missing the Norwich game because Klopp said last week that any players coming back from the Copa or Henderson here need 3 weeks solid, totally solid, without kicking a ball. So they have to go on holidays for 3 weeks. He won't even look at them. Our problem is Fabinho, Thiago could be in there as well with Spain, and Henderson is our favourite starting 3 for a Norwich game. We won't even have them.
I know. So it gives the likes of obviously Kelleher a chance to start in goal. It gives a chance of Curtis Jones as well. So yeah, I'm all for rotation. I'm all for rotation as long as we don't.
You know, as long as we get the win on for a rotation. But the thing about it is as well, I think Liverpool. I think Henderson, because he was out with such an injury and is only getting back up to speed, I wouldn't be surprised if Henderson's ready to go for game 1 because he is the captain. Right. And as I said, out of all of them, I think Henderson might be the only exception there.
Yeah, I would agree. I would agree as well. Yeah.
But John Barnes done at the Macarena. I remember seeing that goal out. Check that goal out on YouTube. That was wow. That was unbelievable. But listen, guys, it's been. I'm going to stay on for another little while because I'm actually enjoying this. I'm just after being sent a poem. You know what? I might read this out unless it's really bad. Someone's after sending me a poem there on WhatsApp. I won't mention who it was. But and no fans are wearing masks. Oh, here we go. You know what? We're in the middle of a pandemic, and what have we got? 65,000 in the final tonight, is it? 65?
60,000.
Yeah. It could be 66, actually. That'd be a nice connotation for England, wouldn't it? 66,000 to 66, that'd be good. But listen, as I said before, I'm not going to sit in the fence. I'm not going to go, either way. I'm sitting on the wall. I just want the best team to win. If it's England, fair play to them. Congratulations. If it's Italy, fair play to you. Congratulations. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I just hope the best team win, and I don't want any controversies, Doug. I think Doug is froze. You might have to pop off and come back on. No, you're back, are you? You're back.
I'm back, yeah.
Unless you're back, yeah. You know, you froze there for a minute. Unless Brazil was helping LC by not playing Fabinho, Alisson, and Firmino. Listen, they wanted to play in the final. That's not really helping them psychologically, is it? They would have liked to play the bloody game, you know. Let's be real. Rossi boy, just a long time. Long time no see. Rossi boy. Football, nothing without fans. Yeah, to be fair, I'd be even happy to see the Wembley, the shouting, even though predominantly it's going to be England in the crowd. But it's something to, you know, the atmosphere, the build-up. It's something that's been missing, Doug, for the last 18 bleeding months.
Oh,
do you want to pop on and pop back? You're breaking up badly. Do you want to pop on and pop back? Try it again.
Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah, no.
Doug is, I don't know what's happening there. He is freezing. Rossi boy in the house. Helen as always. Ray, Eamon Kelly. Great to see you guys. Hit the like button. Hit the share button. We stay on for another while. Doug is going to come back when he gets a better connection. Most England fans. Yeah, but we love the atmosphere and all that. Yeah, of course we love the atmosphere and all that. We all love the atmosphere, football atmosphere. You can't beat it, can you? Doug is back. I think his connection looks okay. Let's have a look. That's a bit better. It was just a bit in and out.
No,
you're okay now.
Apparently I had so many tabs open, so that might be why.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe. But listen, we'll talk. I'm going to stay on for another little while. You can stay as long as you want, Doug, or whatever. You can pop off whenever you want. Obviously, you're going to watch the match tonight. I just think it's written in the stars. I've been saying it all bloody week. I actually think I said originally 2-1 England to win it in 90 minutes. But the more it's gone on, the more I know it's going to be a tight game. The more I know no one's going to want to put a foot wrong. A draw sounds more plausible. You know, You're not going to risk anything. I don't even think in extra time they're going to risk it. Now, England's bench is younger, more hungry and stuff like that. That's a possibility. But I just think, I mean, would England fans, any England fans in the chat, would you take penalties tonight? That's the question. You know, I don't think they would. I think they'd rather not penalties, Doug. I just, wow.
No, I don't think they could go for penalties. In all honesty, I know they haven't been taken to a penalty show yet, but yeah, I just don't know. I just don't know.
You know what I mean? Like, what do you do?
Yeah. Did you take your Scots flags down when they got beat? I mean, to be fair, most of the places around me still got Scotland flags up. So. No, I haven't taken any flags down.
No, I'm taking flags down. He'd be putting flags up.
No.
You know, but anyway, listen, you can stay on. We can even talk about. Actually, do you know what I've seen today as well? We're going to switch it back to Liverpool for a few minutes. This Sal Niguez, I think I'm pronouncing his name right. It hasn't gone away. But I was talking to James Pearce midweek, and he sort of poured a bit of cold water on it, to be fair. So I don't really know what's going on there.
Well, I was looking at One Football this morning, and apparently 34 million bid has been rejected, I think.
Seen that from Sporto Mundo or something like that. I don't know how real it was, though, you know. Bashir Hussein, I would say it's coming home, but I'm in South Africa, says Bashir. Well, it's certainly not coming home down there, is it? South Africa. Well, that's the British and Irish lines in the rugby. That's the whether that final goes ahead against South Africa, because there's a problem down there at the moment. I mean, I actually watched the rugby as well. Do you watch the rugby? The Lions tour.
Seen a few of the warm up games. I've seen the one at Murrayfield. That was a good game. That was what was it? What was the score there? I was like that was 31-18, I think, at Murrayfield. But I haven't seen any of the others. I do know that one of their opponents had to pull out because of obviously COVID, etc. So yeah, obviously wish the British and Irish Lions well, for sure.
Yeah, I seen this controversy over booing the national anthems. I think that's a step too far. I just don't. I don't get it. I know there's rivalry in all this, but not a national anthem because it goes beyond the border of the game. It goes into a nationalistic thing and becomes an issue. Then, do you understand? You know, I don't. There was a girl, an English girl on Irish radio on Friday. They were talking about, you know, why Ireland fans don't follow England, and most Ireland follow Premier League. Let's be fair, you know. And a lot of the players playing for England, a lot of Irish fans would follow when they're playing for their club teams. But one guy came on and goes, well, listen, not everybody boos national anthems. You know what I mean? Yeah. Now, you do hear the odd whistles, and you do at every game. You'd get the odd lunatic with a few drinks on him. But I just thought there's a fair percentage of the crowd now, you know, maybe 10%, which is a high percentage booing. And I just think that comes across really bad.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to have to go, I'm afraid.
Yeah, no problem. Doug, Forza Italia.
Forza Italia.
Go on, talk to you soon. Take care, bro.
Talk to you soon, my friend.
Bye-bye. Doug has left the house. I see the Cup Council is in. Connor is in. You can pop in for 10 minutes if you want, Connor. Give me a thumbs up and I'll send you the link. But, yeah, just booing the national anthems is just wrong, isn't it? Booing the national anthem, it's anthems in minor. In minor, it's whatever. Yeah, afternoon, lads. Connor, the Cup Council. Check out the Cup Council. Top class Reds content. I'll send you a link if you're around, Connor. Give me a Welsh perspective on the big game tonight. It's always good to get different perspectives. I've had a Scots perspective. You've had my Irish perspective. And, of course, now we have Connor. And I'll see if I can get him in. I'll send him the link. If he's around, he can pop in. There's no problem. Always nice to get different views. But let me just see if I can send a link to Connor. But yeah, it's going to be interesting tonight, guys. It really, really is. And I am looking forward to it. Okay, Connor, sent you the link. Pop in whenever you're ready. Anthony Robinson in the house. How are you, Anto? Hopefully you're well. Seamus is in the house. Listen, guys, it's going to be exciting either way, isn't it? It's going to be an exciting final tonight. It absolutely is. And I, for one, am looking forward to England, Italy at Wembley tonight. Wow. Hit the like button, guys. Hit the share button. Let people know we're live, and I'll stay on for another while. If Connor wants to pop in, he can. Doug has left the building. Doug Out Football Channel, I'm sure you all know, top class content on YouTube. But it's been crazy. It's been crazy 18 months, guys. It's been an absolutely mad, crazy coronavirus 18 months. So to be looking forward to a big football game with actually a crowd at the match, a big 60,000+ is going to be good. And at least some, I won't say we're back to normal yet, but some normality is back. I'm out, sorry, mate. And for Wales, good to get out of the group stage, but very poor against Denmark. Come on, Italy tonight. So we know who Connor from the Cup Council is supporting. Obviously, it's Italy, being a Welshman. So he's going for Italy. Doug is going for Italy. I'm sitting on the fence. I just want the best team to win, to be fair. Whether it's England or whether it's Italy. That's what I think. But it should be good. It should be a good game. I think the nerves on the England side is probably the only thing that could get them, or a Pickford mistake. Imagine making a mistake in the final. Oh, my God, I would not want to be that player. So that's why I think risks will be down to the minimum. And that's why I think it could go all the way. Could go all the way to penalties. Really, really good. What are the bookies saying? Says Eamon. I don't know. I think England's slight favourites. They're at home. Young squad, hungry squad. I'd be surprised if England weren't just slight favourites. But I don't know the odds in the bookies at the moment. But the mighty red television. Do you want to pop in? Dan? Are you available to pop in for 10 minutes? If you are, I've sent you the link. I DM'd you the link if you can pop in. If you can't, don't worry. I'm only going to stay on for another 10, 15 minutes anyway. But you can pop in if you want, because I'd like to get Dan's opinion on the big game tonight. Being a pure Scouser, Dan, the mighty Reds television. Give him a follow on YouTube. Top bloke. I only did a video midweek. We did an 80s, 90s video talking about the Goonies director, who passed away, of course. Richard Donner last week, checked it out. It was top notch. Does Hendo start tonight, says Monty. You'll never walk alone. I don't think he's going to mix it up. I really don't think he's going to mix it up tonight. I'd be surprised if he mixes it up. I mean, go with what's got you to the final, I think. I mean, Henderson, the likes of Grealish to come off the bench. As I say, England's bench is much younger. You know, it's got it all there. So I think it could be one from the bench. It could be one from the bench tonight. And I think England have a stronger bench. So, you know, that's where my reasoning is coming from. But does Hendo start? No, I don't think so. Dan doesn't think so either. I can't see it. I can't see it. Imagine Henderson coming off the bench, getting an extra time winner or the winning penalty, of course. That would be something else for Hendo with the last 2 or 3 years he's had. But reports are saying Trippier is going to start instead of Saka tonight. Big shouts to be made. Big shouts from Southgate. Southgate, generally quite conservative, would get slaughtered if he changed the winning team. Exactly what I just said, Dan. Exactly. Why change it? Change it now and you lose. You're gone. Your knighthood has lost. You won't get knighted if you did that. So I think he'll stick pretty much. You might see one change. That's about it. Dan, are you coming on? Yes or no? If you want to pop on, Dan, for the Mighty Reds Television, let me know because I've sent you a link in your DM. I'd like to get your thoughts, but if not, no panic. Southgate will start the same team as was Semi. Yeah, as I say, I don't think he'll mix it up. He doesn't usually, unless he has to through injury, something like that. Possibility. But I don't know. Hello, how is it going? Cameron is it now? Cameron, long time no see. Hopefully you were well, my friend. Are you Italy? Are you England? Put your thoughts in the comments. Or are you sitting on the fence like me and just want the best team to win? Whether it be England or Italy. And want a good game of football. A good game. Exciting game. You know, a game we're talking about, wow, that was a good game. That type of thing. Not all finals are good. Not all finals live up to the hype. I'm just hoping this one does. Hit the like button. Hit the share button. And we'll stay on for a little longer. The big game tonight, of course, at Wembley, 8 o'clock, England, Italy. Euros 2020 final. Even though we're in 21, it's just surreal, isn't it? You know, we're July 21 and it's a Euro 2020's final. Wow. That just says it all, guys. That just says it all. But the pressure is definitely on England. Even though they got to a final, it's their first final, major final since 66. But you've got to go that one step forward. You've got to get over the line. You've got to get over the hurdle if you're an England fan. You're an England team. You know, it's no use losing final. It's great to get to a final, but you got to win it. I don't care what anybody says. You're there to win it. You're in it. You got to win it. Of course, it's England, says Cameron. Dave, I'm very nervous, says Cameron. I would be nervous if I was an England fan or an Italy fan today. I absolutely would be myself. But sometimes nerves are actually good. Depends on what way. If the team, look, England team will be nervous stepping out onto that pitch until the whistle blown, and then all the minds will go onto the game, the tactics, and whatever they've been told to do. But of course they'll be nervous, and it's a long day. 8 o'clock kickoff, like it's another 4 hours away. You know, if they're saying they're not nervous, they are lying. Same with Italy. England, they're not going to penalties, relying on Pickford. Well, I mean, the Italian keeper's a big lad, isn't he? Donnarumma, what a keeper he is. I mean, they have a 33 match unbeaten international run. I mean, that just tells you how hard it's going to be for England to get past them. You're going to have to break that duck as well. So, wow. So, guys, give me your finals predictions tonight. Scoreline, of course. I'm going to go 1-1, extra time, penalties. Probably England just to snip it, win it on penalties. So after a 1-1 draw, after extra time, and England to win on penalties. That's what I think. But it's really, it's gonna be tight. It's almost the toss of a coin. I mean, home advantage for England sways it for me. You know, just sways it. And having a younger squad, hungry squad, a good bench, a decent bench, of course, gives England that edge, I think, over Italy. It absolutely does. But I mean, I'm sure the Italians will have something else to say themselves. They're very good midfield. They're dangerous going forward. Great goalkeeper, of course. They're unbeaten in 33. They know how to get over the line. They didn't play great against Spain, but they get over the line. They know how to win. They know how to win. They know how to. I mean, if Italy score, early, or let's say are winning 1-0, that will really say a lot to England. That will put it up to England, I think. Really, really. If England score early, I think Italy would have to open up and England could catch them on the counter and it'd probably suit England even more. So it's going to be interesting if Italy score. Who scores first, of course. Eamon Kelly, 1-0 Italy for me, says Eamon. Yeah, I don't think there'll be many goals. I really don't. I mean, 1-1, a 1-1 draw, extra time penalties is what I'm saying, but could be wrong. You never know. It's a final. As I said earlier, not all finals are great. They don't always live up to the hype. This one could. This one could. You never know. 1-1 full time, extra time, 2-1. I think the Italians will get tired, and England will win 2-1 in extra time. Yeah, possibly. As I say, the bench could come into it then. The bench in extra time, the fitness, the energy. England have a lot of energy, younger lads. That type of thing could play. It's just going to be interesting. It's going to be fascinating, isn't it? It's going to be a fascinating watch. No matter who you support, England, Italy, or just neutral, and like watching a football match, a big football match, like the occasion that is the Euro final tonight. So what are we now? 3 hours 45 from kickoff. It's 4:15 here, and I'm already getting ready and looking forward to the final. Was going to do a watch along, but I don't think it'd be the right thing to do. I think I'm to sit back and relax, watch the game on telly, maybe have a beer and enjoy it. Might do something after the game, but we shall see. But as I say, may the best team win. I think that's the most important thing I can say. Italy or England. I'm looking forward to a really good game, and that's what's most important for me. John Giles makes England slight favourites, but won't put money on it, says Johnny Giles, Irish legend, of course. Well, pretty much what I'm saying. I think they're slight favourites, yeah, absolutely. I think they're slight favourites. There's no doubt about it. Insigne versus Walker would be a nice battle on the pitch. Both speedsters, of course. There's a lot of battles all over the pitch, isn't there? I mean, will Harry Kane get a goal or two? Well, he's going to get the golden boot, I'd say, but will he score the winner? A lot of pressure on his shoulders, penalty taker, of course. I just think there's a lot of stuff all over the pitch tonight. There's a lot of battles. There's a lot of stuff to be won. It's like a game of chess, really, isn't it? Between two grandmasters. It's that important. It's huge. I'm off. Enjoy the game, Dave. Rossi, boy, absolutely. You enjoy the game, my friend. I made the best team win. Rossi, thanks for popping in. Hit the like button. Hit the share button. Going to stay on for another 2 or 3 minutes, guys, and then I shall retire for a relaxing afternoon. My voice is nearly starting to go, because when you're live and you're hearing your own doing it constant, you have to keep an eye on the old tonsils and voice. Mark Forrest in the house. I hope everyone is well today, says Mark. Mark, hopefully you're well. What are you going for tonight, Mark? England? I'd say you're obviously going for England. Or Italy. Or are you going to sit in the fence? Mark, being an Englishman, I would say he's going to go for England. Give me your predictions, guys, in the comments. Hit the like button. You know what to do. But as I say, it is going to be interesting. Super interesting. And I cannot wait. But I'm just checking here on Twitter. Any other news coming up? No, not really. Everything else seems quiet on the Western Front. And everybody's getting ready for the big one tonight. Mark Forrest, what's your prediction for tonight, my friend? Are you going to go England to win in normal time, extra time, or penalties? It's always great just having a little chat. Wasn't going to do this little show for the England-Italy game because, as you know, I'm predominantly a Liverpool channel, but I like to chat. Anything to do with football, to be fair. Isabella is in the house. How are you, Isabella? Hopefully you are well. Give me your prediction on tonight. Italy, England. What do you think? Is it Isabella? No, it's Ella. Could be an Italian fan here. But let's give me your prediction on tonight's Ella Bella. Did I say Isabella? Sorry, Ella Bella. How are you? Hopefully you are well. Mark Forrest, I'm late, just being out with my brother's football awards. So I had a few. Got to go. 2-1 England, says Mark Forrest. There you go. We know who Mark is up for tonight. 2-1 England. A lot of people saying 2-1 England. Thanks for popping in, Mark. Hopefully you are well. Ella Bella, give us your prediction on tonight. Are you going Italy? Are you going England? Eamon Kelly, best chance for England to win a trophy. Southgate has got to deliver. Can't see them doing as good in the World Cup. No, well, I don't know. They're a young squad, but they've got to deliver tonight. Absolutely. Dave, met you. Oh, sorry. Now I know who you are. Yeah. Sorry, Ella. Yes, absolutely. Down at Dahlia. Yes, I do. When we are able to go to a pub and have a drink, of course, Ella. Those are the good old days. Those were the good old days. And as you've been Irish, you're definitely going for Italy. Yes, Ella, hopefully you are well. Absolutely. Now I remember you. Sorry. Emily, yeah. And Emily, of course, is my niece, and she has twin girls, and she is over the moon with that. Yeah, I'm good. Thanks, says Mark. Ella going for Italia 90 or Forza Italia. But yeah, it's going to be very interesting. It really, really is. As I say, I'm sitting on the fence. I'm not going to go for Italy. I'm not going to go for England. I'm just going to go for the best team who deserves to win tonight. And I hope there's no controversies, no red cards, no messing on the pitch. Just the best team goes out, wins it, deserves to win it. And we're not talking about refereeing decisions, VAR decisions. We're just talking about a wonderful goal or a piece of magic. That's what I want out of tonight's game, to be fair. That's what I want. Cameron, do you think there will be a parade if England win? I presume you're talking about, Cameron. Well, I mean, we're still in COVID times, guys. We're still in COVID. I mean, you're going to have 60 plus thousand. Most of them won't be wearing masks tonight. I don't know if they do tests going into Wembley. Do they do like an antigen or a test, PCR test or something going into the ground? I don't know what they do over there. Now, most of them will probably be vaccinated, but I don't know. We still got that coronavirus. It's still in the air, as they say, so you got to be careful. Helen is going 2-1 to Italy. 2-1 Italy. Helen is going. I still don't see why, as a Liverpool fan, you are picking Italy. How many of your players play for Italy? Who are you talking to, Mark? Me? Or I don't know who you're talking to, but I'm sitting on the fence being Irish and a Liverpool fan. Obviously, no Liverpool players for Italy. One for England. Henderson probably won't start, but probably will come off the bench. So I think England are going to be slight favourites. I really do. I really do. And I've no problem with England winning, of course. I think they will win. That's what I said at the start of the show. I think the stars are aligned for England. They'll win. But I think it'll be something like penalties after extra time, after 1-1, something like that. I think England will win. England all the way. Back Hendo, says Mark. Oh, Helen's saying, I don't care. I don't want England to win. Okay. But all to your own opinions, I suppose. That's what makes the world and football go round. Eamon Kelly, Southgate to don his waistcoat for the final. Could be bad luck if he does. Well, I don't know. No Saka, says Hendo SZN. How do you know no Saka at this stage? Has the team news come out 3.5 hours before the kickoff? I know I heard today maybe he's injured. Maybe he's a slight injury. I didn't see. I heard a bit of news earlier that Saka was a doubt for the game. But I didn't hear anything concrete. But Hendo seems to think Saka is out. But you'd expect them maybe to make 1 or 2 changes, wouldn't you? Maybe just 1 or 2. 1 or 2 changes tonight. But he doesn't do a lot of changes, Southgate. He really doesn't. I'm going to stay on for the hour, guys. What are we? Another 6 minutes, 7 minutes. We'll give it the hour. Come at the hour. Come at the man. Come at the final tonight at 8 o'clock. It's LITE, says Hendo. Yeah, maybe. I did hear something on Sky about it earlier, but I didn't know how true it was, so I didn't want to say anything. Remember Andres Dossena scoring that beauty against United at Old Trafford? I do. One of only a few, of course, Italians to play for Liverpool. Yeah, I do. I absolutely do. The lob, what a finish that was. It's LITE, says Hendo. Okay. Foden, I think Foden's injured. Isn't Foden now injured? I heard that this morning, yeah. Hasn't really featured though much, has he? I mean, Foden, as much as I thought he would have, maybe it's because he dyed his hair white. Maybe that has something to do with it. But I don't know. Ella, Dave, you watching the Irish Cups and your great result for Bows, 1-1 draw away in Iceland, of course. I know, of course, I follow Bows as well because my father-in-law is a big supporter and played for Bows, of course, in the 60s and 70s. So, of course, great result for Bows. Absolutely, Ella. Hendo should start if he's fit. Can't see it, though, says Eamon. I just don't see Southgate mixing it up. I just don't see Southgate mixing it up. No, I don't see him mixing it up. Why would he mix it up in the final now? This is what's got him straight into the final. If he starts making too many changes and doesn't get over the line, wow, that would be a mistake. So 1 or 2 changes, maybe forced on him through injury. The likes of Saka, maybe we're hearing about here, maybe Foden with injuries. But I mean, Henderson to come off the bench to calm things down, maybe last 20, last 25. And the likes of Grealish to give you something maybe going forward, or Jude Bellingham. That's what I can say. Or Rashford maybe from the bench. But I just think it's going to be a tight game. It's really, really good. I wouldn't be surprised if it's 0-0 at half-time, or even 0-0 a full time and goes into extra time 1-1, something like that, and then penalties. I really wouldn't be surprised if this big one goes to penalties. No one will want to make mistakes. Nobody will want to make mistakes tonight. Eamon Kelly, I can't see Southgate going with a back 5. I don't know. Listen, the only small weak link England have, I think, other than experience, I think, is Pickford. I mean, he done 1 or 2 erratic things the other night against Denmark. He was lucky to get away with it. Will the Italians let you get away with it? I don't know, and I don't think so. You make a mistake in a final, wow. It's not forgotten, basically, is what I'm saying. I wouldn't wish anything bad on any player, especially in a final, to make a mistake. That would be, wow, a big, big, big mistake, wouldn't it? But I just think the stars are aligned for England. I really do. I just think they're going to win tonight. I just can't see Italy doing it. Listen, I could be wrong, of course. It's a 2-horse race, but I just think everything points to an England victory, an England win at Wembley tonight. That's what I think. That's my opinion. But as I said, I'm just looking forward to the game. I just hope it's a good game and it's remembered for being a good game of football and not something that's talked about, oh, that was a VAR decision, or, a red card, or that shouldn't have been this, or a dive, in the box, got a penalty. Or I just hope it doesn't have any controversy attached to it. The eyes will be all on Wembley tonight, of course, because everybody will be watching this, won't they? Whether you're for England, Italy, or neutral, or whatever. Either way, it'll be a hell of a game. Pub sold out. One of my brother's team has gone to Wembley to ground to be paid for his ticket. Wow. Good luck going forward there, bro. Yeah, no, as you just said, Mark, yes, absolutely be a hell of a game. Oh, my eyes will be on it. Even the build-up from 7 will probably be on it anyway. Really looking forward to the game and can't wait. Possibly back 5, you never know. Trippier right back, Walker centre-back. Keep Insigne quiet. We have seen that before. Well, those Italian boys, there's a bit of magic still there, isn't there? Shays had come off the bench, Insigne, Beretta. Look, they won't roll over. That's the one thing about this Italian team. They will not roll over. It won't be handed to England on a plate. They'll have to work for it. It's a final. They'll have to work for it. They'll have to deserve it. They'll have to put the work in to win this game. There's no way Italy, going 33 games unbeaten in international football, are going to roll over and just give you a major final, tournament final. Some of them probably the last final. You might even see the odd retirement after this, that age group, mid-30s, So, it's going to be great. I'm going to go another 2 minutes, guys. Hit the like button, hit the share button. We're almost on the hour. I've enjoyed the chat of the Euros 2020 build-up. England, Italy tonight, 8 o'clock. All eyes on Wembley. Jack the lad Grealish is off to Vegas if England win tonight. Yeah. He hasn't really been involved much, has he? He's come off the bench and done well. Obviously, assists and stuff like that. Could be a big night for him tonight. What do you think? He could come off the bench and get the winner or assist for the winner. You wouldn't know. But that's what I'm saying. England's bench is just that bit better than Italy, and that's why I think England are slight favourites for tonight. Okay, guys, a minute to go. A little countdown in the last minute. Thanks for popping in. Great to see you. Great for the comments. Hit the like button. Cameron, Mark Forrest, Amy Kelly, Ella, Hendo, Helen Raybold as usual. Absolutely brilliant having you in. Just a great bit of crack. We dug on earlier from the Dugout Football Channel, of course. Dan was in saying hello. Connor from the Cop Council. It's great getting people's opinions on the game, whether it's Italy, whether it's England, whether you're on the fence and don't really care once it's a good game of football. Stephen Somerville, Irish rugby. Well, Dave, in Bray for the final tonight. On holiday from the north. Yes, enjoy your holidays in Bray, my friends. Sunny, hoping it's not that sunny. It's raining here in Dublin. I'm sure it's raining in Bray at the moment. Bray's a great spot, of course. Just looking forward for the game, guys. Looking forward to the game. enjoy the game tonight. If you're an England fan, good luck. If you're an Italy fan, good luck. If you're sitting on the fence, good luck. Hope it's a good game. I hope it's enjoyable and it's remembered for all the right things. My final prediction is I think England will win on penalties after 1-1 draw. I just think the stars have aligned for England. Is it coming home? Is it going to Rome? We shall find out in a few hours' time. Stay safe. Enjoy the game. This means more.